EmParallax here, and we are going to skip the intro music to get right to my favorite 5 and idle heroes. So to start out, my first favorite is good old 4-star Fagin. So for all those players who started out when you didn't get a free 5-star Norma and this and that, you really needed 4-star heroes that were good to carry you through a majority of the game. I remember I didn't get my first 5-star I think till about a month in, hence I didn't know very much at the time, but it still took me a while to get my first 5-star. So with that in mind, Fagin was literally the rock of my squad. He was a solid tank. He had frontline stun, increased damage against warriors. He had that holy damage. He also had that every time he was attacked, reduced skill damage as well. So he was an overall really good tank. My lineup looked very similar. It was made up of 4-star Fagin, the free 4-star Illyria you got, and the free 4-star Time Mage. So that really made up the core of my early game squad, and getting Fagin helped carry me through. So it's a little deja vu going back to the times where my 4-stars were the majority of my team, but that is why Fagin is my first favorite. So let's go to number 2. Say that last line 5 times fast. My second favorite is Dantalion, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name, so I'm just going to call him Dant for the remainder of the video. But he's my favorite for a unique reason. As you can see, this is my server 42 account, which I've had for over a year, and I have still yet to get one 5-star Dant, which blows my mind. So he's been one of my favorites for a while. Going back to when I first started off the game, he was on my 5-star wish list, and he was so overpowered in my opinion. He had extremely high armor, and his self-heal would almost always heal for more than the hit actually did. So if you had a high level Dantalion or Dant, he could carry you through not only extremely high level tower and campaign stages, but also help you dominate in PvP. Having him be extremely effective against the frontline warriors made him one of my favorites. I still have yet to get him. I probably will make a video when I do just to celebrate, but that is why he is my number 2. Next we have Gurk, who is also on my original 5-star wish list on my main account along with Dant. I've always liked Gurk, even though he's gone through quite a few changes, buffs, debuffs, all that sort of stuff, mechanics changes. So I've always liked him. Now he still has that self-sustain heal every time he takes damage. He's a boost to holy damage. He also has a larger heal now. Instead of being a single target, it's a multiple target heal. And I've just always loved Gurk, and on my main account I was never lucky enough to get him to be useful really. However, on my secondary server 42 account, which you can see my current lineup here, I was able to get him as one of my first 5-stars, and he carried me through tower stages or tower layers, campaign stages, the Brave Trial. I remember having him early on. He helped me complete my first Brave Trial ever. Like, I never even completed it on my main server 42 account. The first time I completed it was because of him. So Gurk is one of my favorite heroes. The skin makes me love him even more. So he is my number 3 on the favorite 5. Let's take a look at number 4. Corpse Demon is my 4th favorite hero, not because I have a special story for him, but simply because his kit is amazing. You want to talk about a great tank? Corpse Demon's active has decent frontline damage with amazing crowd control and a self-heal, plus his passives of passive CC, so anytime he gets attacked he has a chance to freeze the attacking hero. He also has a great set of skill buffs that line up exactly what they should be: attack, HP, and armor. And his last passive, Sub-Zero, is a huge sustain heal when he gets below 50%. But as you can see him here battling, the enemy heroes aren't just freezing themselves Corpse Demon is making short work, freezing sometimes almost the entire team, helped out with my dragon. He can take on, even their low level heroes, he can take on 6 of them. So it was one of my favorites. Great kit. So let's take a look at my last favorite. Hopefully I surprised you guys a little bit, but my last favorite is going to be the Monster Dragon. He deserves that spot because when I first picked him on my Server 42 account, I put all my time and effort and resources into advancing him, and I was just recently able to fully max him out. All stats, anything that could be maxed is maxed, which I'm a completionist like I've said before, so I love that. Also, I'm always talking about Dragon in my videos, making recommendations for Dragon. There's other great monsters out there, don't get me wrong. Fox and the Snake are extremely good for PvP. Bambi is great for PvE, but Dragon looks awesome and is by far my favorite monster. So that concludes my favorite 5 for Idle Heroes. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Make sure to post your favorites in the comments below. And EmParallax here. And remember, it's all about how you look at things.